Hello everyone. Hope all of you are fine and utilizing this time in studies. So in last video I discussed about marketing, its features and objectives of marketing. Now in this video I will tell you about importance of marketing. So marketing is very important department for a business enterprise, since any business enterprise which is producing anything must sell it to earn revenue and thus resulting in profit earning. So it's very important to market the products to the consumers. Marketing includes the communication made to the consumers about the product, and it also involves distribution of those products and finally delivery of the products to the consumers. So marketing is an important department. So let's see one by one the points. The first point is generation of revenue. So revenue, how revenue is generated? Revenue is generated by sales, and selling must be increased to earn more revenue. Whatever products have been produced by the business enterprise must be sold in order to convert that stock into money again, and that money again can be used to produce more products. So it's very important to sell the products which have been produced. So generation of revenue is one of the most important benefit of marketing. Then comes customer satisfaction. So in today's consumer oriented world, any business enterprise must satisfy customers need. Then only it's possible to continue the process of selling those products and generating more revenues. So it is the marketing department's responsibility to satisfy the customer. It includes from understanding needs of the customer to delivering the products or services in a most convenient manner to the consumer. So customer must be satisfied. Third point is employment generation. Marketing offers challenging and rewarding jobs to a large number of persons. So, uh, when in old times, when marketing was not a big department and products produced were less than the market demand, then there were no problems in selling those products. So there was no distinct marketing department also. But later on, when it became difficult to sell any product due to increased competition, then a new department opened called marketing, and many people are now getting jobs in this department. So employment generation is also a an important function of marketing. Then comes higher standard of living. Marketing can improve the standard of living of people by offering a wide variety of goods and services with freedom of choice. Then comes large scale production. So basically main benefit of large scale production is that cost of production is lowered. You already know the economies of scale. That means when any business enterprise can produce any commodity in large quantity, then big machines are involved, automation can be there, and the finally it is the cost which is lowered by all this large scale production. So economies of scale and large scale of production can be made possible only through marketing. Then comes economic development. Marketing also gives a boost to transportation, banking, insurance, warehousing, and other economic activities. Since it increases sale or it increases the production, so all the auxiliary to trade are benefited by this, and more production means more services have to be involved for distributing that commodities. Then comes foreign exchange earner. Marketing helps in finding new markets for a commodity. So by marketing, anyone can develop say target market in foreign countries also. So it helps the country from where the producer is to earn more foreign exchange. That means foreign exchange means suppose India, anyone is producing from India, then it can earn US dollars or Great Britain pounds or euros, and that is really helpful in boosting a nation's economy. So foreign exchange is very important. Then comes creation of utility. Utilities can be created through marketing, as marketing activities involved in the creation of place utility, time utility, and person utility. As marketing involves distribution, advertisement, and all those, so place utility can be created by making goods available at different places, and time utility can be created by making goods available at the right time, and possession utility is created when goods are transferred to those who need them. So all these were importance of marketing. Then comes a very important point, very important topic, that is difference between marketing and sales. Very often all uh, these two, marketing and sales, are understood to be synonymous. That means both are same, but they are not. They are different from each other. So on the basis of some points we will see that. So first thing is scope. Selling involves exchange of goods for money, but marketing is not only about exchanging goods or just getting rid out of those goods which have been produced by the producer. Rather, it involves a more wider process which includes understanding the need of customer, then making the goods according to that, availing those goods to the customers, and taking feedback from them and further improving the product. So marketing is a much wider term and selling is very narrow term. Focus. Selling basically focuses on the needs of seller. That means it only considers those matters which are in the benefit of seller. But marketing is oriented towards understanding the needs of the customers, so that marketing is basically about satisfying the needs of the customer along with taking into consideration the interest of seller also. Then comes beginning and end. So selling basically starts when the products have been already produced, but marketing is not the same. Marketing starts before the goods have been produced, so that by understanding the needs of the customer, the goods can be produced. So marketing is much wider, and selling is only a part of that. Orientation. Selling is internally oriented, that means it seeks to maximize profits through increased volume of sales. Whereas marketing is externally oriented and it's about achieving profit figures by satisfying the needs of the customer. Then comes demand creation. Selling presupposes, presume that the existence of demand for the firm's product. On the other hand, marketing involves creation and maintenance of consumer demand. That means selling only satisfy that demand which have been already created, but marketing can create demand. Like we see many kind of advertisement, and advertisement of those products which were not even in picture. So the need of that has no question. So marketing can create demand, and marketing induces people to create new kinds of demand. So that is the basic difference between marketing and selling. Then let's come to the next topic, which is different kind of things are sold by the business enterprises, which includes two basic things. One is product and other is service. Product are those kind of sellable material which are tangible, whereas services are not tangible, they are intangible, and some benefits are given to the customer in lieu of buying it. So let's first see what is product. So in narrow sense, any tangible product which is sellable is called product. But in broad sense, product is a set of benefits along with the tangible material which a customer intends to buy. Like when a customer buys a car, it doesn't only buy the car, but it buys a social status, he buys the warranty, he buys also insurance. So it is basically an augmented product, and there are many things which are surrounding that central core product. So nowadays, product is used in a broader sense. By understanding the feature, we can understand what features a product possesses. So first thing is tangibility. The product must be tangible, that we can touch it, we can see it, we can feel it somehow. Associated attributes. A product has certain attributes, that means features, which a customer uses to distinguish it from other products. Package, brand name, warranty, etc. are such associated attributes. Life cycle. Every product has its life cycle, which consists of introduction, growth, maturity, and decline stages. That means a product has a life cycle, and a product must be must become obsolete after some time or some longer time, but someday it will definitely become not usable. There must be some exchange value of product. Like oxygen is available everywhere, it is very useful commodity, but since it doesn't have any exchange value, so this is not a product. But the same oxygen, when it is packed into a gas cylinder and it is used in hospitals, then it becomes a product. The product must have the power to satisfy human needs, and then only it can be sold. So it is very important to understand the features of products. Now let's come to service. Service are those intangible benefits, utilities, or satisfaction which are offered for sale. Transportation, communication, banking, insurance, warehousing, advertisement are all examples of service which are bought and sold. Activities of professionals such as doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants, engineers, architects, consultants are also services. So, any person working on salary or fees actually sells his service. So, service may be classified into four types of services. First is commercial services, those services which are provided by traders like wholesalers, retailers, brokers, etc. Transporters, roadways, railways, airways, and shipping. Communication, bank, financial institution, insurance companies, repair and maintenance firms, warehouses, advertising agencies, hotels. All these are commercial services since it offers its services for money. Then comes professional services. Those persons who are in some profession have specialized skills of something, they actually sell their professional knowledge to their clients. That includes doctors, lawyers, engineers, auditors, consultants, and other professional experts. Third one is personal service. It includes the services which are offered to us single persons like tailoring shop, beauty parlor, laundry, amusement parks. All these provide personal services to each and every individual who are willing to buy that. Then comes public utility service, which are given by government departments like post and telegraph, police, brigade, fire brigade, military, schools and colleges, water and electricity supply, undertakings, sanitary services, courts, hospitals, all those are examples of public utility services. These services are offered directly to the public and anyone having any difficulty can contact these department. So these were the points of services classification. Thanks.